Good morning and welcome to morning practice. My name's Olivia. It is Monday, April 6th, and that is going to be our last Monday practice in this series of morning practice with Olivia. We are going to conclude the series tomorrow with the new moon, and I'm delighted to have you here with me today. We have this powerful new moon tomorrow. And we've been discussing the energies really since the spring equinox. And it's been quite a tumultuous time and a lot of destabilization, a lot of disruption, but always in a good way and things that we get to work with in a way that brings us to new ways of seeing, new perspectives, different approaches to what disruption is. And then we had the yeah, it's just a lot of destabilization. I think, in my general experience, that has been reflected back to me through my communities, that everyone is sort of undergone a period of quite intense destabilization. So we are moving towards this new moon tomorrow in Taurus, and it's a really great moment with the energies that we're in now. The sun and moon are conjunct, which always happens at a new moon. That's what a new moon is. Uh, but we still have the operational conjunction of Jupiter Uranus that we talked about so much in April. That very, very intense destabilizing energy, but shattering of old models so that we move towards the new paradigms that we're building. And the sun and moon, the new moon, are conjunct the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So it's all that energy. And because we're in Taurus, this is a really great time to really connect to that inner anchor, that inner knowing that you have, your inner solidity, and also just the things that we create that have a stability and a safety to them as we navigate these energies of destabilization and fracturing. So this is a really wonderful time. Like last week, we were talking a lot about the joys of Beltane and really allowing yourself to experience the Venusian energies of appreciating nature, being out and seeing the colors of the flowers right now, putting your bare feet onto the earth and really soaking up the beauty and soaking up that beauty in such a way that it has almost a rapturous, loving energy that manifests inside of you. And so it really is the time to think, as we move into this energy today and tomorrow, how are we grounding ourselves in relationship to the earth, in relationship to ourselves, in relationship to each other? Here at morning practice, if you're a regular participant, you'll know that we always offer gratitude for our bodies and each other and this planet. And I think as we move forward with this new energy and set intention tomorrow, it may be a good intention to say, how do I bring that into an actual action? How do I manifest that in a real way to show in a real way that I'm cultivating love with myself, for the people around me, and for the planet? And that's going to feel like tangible, that we're really stepping into our empowerment and stepping into our alignment with the energy and awareness we're cultivating inside of ourselves. So it's really a wonderful time, and just with the spring energy in general, to enjoy your body and enjoy each other and enjoy this beautiful moment in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, it is spring, and you see all that verdancy, all that fecundity, all the fertility pushing up through the soil. And it's such a wonderful time to appreciate the cycle of life and how beautiful this planet is. So I really encourage us all to cultivate a deeper awareness with your external environment as we go forward, and really take the time to sit and appreciate this incredible existence that we have. So we'll be wrapping up practice tomorrow. We'll keep the same form for today and tomorrow. We'll drop into meditation shortly, and then do some breath work, and then do a small movement practice. And let's just find a nice, comfortable seat as we come into meditation, and allowing yourself to feel well supported underneath the sit bones. I'm going to make an adjustment under my sit bones so I'm a bit more supported, and really allowing the tailbone to drop. And it can be good to just close your eyes here and feel how your sit bones are connected to this incredible earth. You are an amazing expression of her consciousness, and you can root yourself through your awareness of how your physical being is in relationship to the ground beneath you. Where do you feel the weight of the points of contact between yourself and whatever you're sitting on? And as you allow your awareness to settle there, really feeling that solidity, really feeling that sense of gravity that almost is like a magnet drawing you towards the surface. And just allow yourself to breathe and feel yourself seated. And you may imagine from the tip of your tailbone, there's a root of energy running down deep into the soil below you. And take a moment to imagine how cool, dark the soil and ground beneath whatever you're sitting on is. And if you're 47 floors up in an apartment building, that tailbone root of energy is still reaching deep into the earth below you, all through the building and deep into the earth below you. And just taking a moment to notice that you are rooted here. And then you may feel the shoulders dropping down the back of the spine as there's an energetic uplift along the length of the spine, reaching from that tailbone through the mid back, through the upper back, through the back of the neck. And there's an upward energy pouring out the crown of the head, as if the crown of the head were a radial, energetic, luminescent lotus flower, opening and radiating energy up. And you may take a moment to just feel the energy reaching up toward the sky as your seat, as your tail is rooted deep into the earth. And take notice as you feel rooted here with your stem of a spine reaching up towards the sun. Take notice of the life force in your body, in your hands, the bottoms of your feet. Notice how the life force feels circulating around the torso, the chest, the hips, the legs. Just really letting your awareness fully permeate your internal space. Breathing just normally, just allowing the experience of the breath to fill you and release through you. We may turn our focus of awareness now towards the heart space. And you may hold both hands over the heart. You may bring your hands to prayer position, Anjali Mudra, or you can simply let your hands rest in a comfortable way on your knees and your lap, and just allow the awareness to settle around the heart space. Feeling this brilliant toroidal field of energy that you are. It is greater than the heart than anywhere else in the body. This flow of electromagnetic energy. And if your hands are at the center of your chest, you'll notice both of the palms have their own fields of magnetic resonance, and they interact with the toroidal field of the heart, magnifying each other, holding each other. Just allow yourself to feel the pleasure of that expansion as you hold the heart space. And just visualize for a moment that bright light, your unique light inside of your heart, your Jyoti. Let your awareness be in your light, brighter than 10,000 suns. The light that resides at the center of your heart. The power of your heart is the heart of your power. Breathe through the heart. Each inhale and exhale, filling the heart, releasing through the heart. And that light inside of you growing brighter, filling the entire space of the body. You are lit up, sparkling from within as the light grows and spills into your auric field, illuminating the different chakra centers so that your auric field is a spectrum of rainbow luminescence, all emanating from the center of your being, the light inside of your heart. Breathe deeply into your beautiful heart as your light grows beyond your auric field, beyond the space that you're sitting in. Your light fills and goes further and can reach in infinite directions, infinite distances across the planet. And as your heart light spills out beyond the building, the structure that you are inside of, you may think of a person, a place, a situation in the world that you would like to dedicate the benefit of this intentional heart light, your love, toward. And you can bring that into your knowing now. Feeling our heart lights reaching out across the planet, connecting with each other, magnifying each other as they meet, like a firefly luminescence. And we'll take a few more moments in silence, feeling the expansion and beauty of the heart light across our beautiful planet, connecting with each other. Allowing the breath to deepen, keeping the eyes closed. Just feel the breath. Feel the sensation of the internal space. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself for having taken time to connect to your heart and offer that to the world, to yourself. And then we'll just take a nice deep cleansing breath. So filling the body with your inhale and a nice big cleansing exhale. And we'll inhale to Om together, inhaling. Letting the hands gently fall, softly opening the eyes. And we'll begin with some Kapalabhati breathing, which is short, sharp exhales as you contract the belly in. You don't want to do Kapalabhati breathing if you're pregnant or if you have any blood pressure issues. If Kapalabhati breathing is uncomfortable or you just don't enjoy it, don't do it, and breathe in a very even 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale way. If you're going to do the Kapalabhati breathing with me, it's just through the nose and you inhale automatically as a reflex, and it sounds like this. And as you exhale, sorry, I'm going to have to use a tissue. You might need to want one too. As you exhale, you're really contracting the belly in and up. So we'll do about a minute of Kapalabhati breathing, and feel free to start as you're ready. And if you fall off during the Kapalabhati breathing, just hop right back on. About 10 more seconds. Slowing it down and returning to normal breathing. Kapalabhati breathing is so excellent for clearing the brain fog, which on a sleepy Monday morning can be very useful. It sharpens the senses and just is excellent. But any kind of awareness and presence that you're bringing to your breathing is going to soothe the nervous system and give you a greater sense of inner clarity. Let's go and meet on the mat. Blocks can be good for practice. Blankets, good for under the knees if you need support under the knees. And we'll begin. Let's begin in a straddle position and with your legs out wide in a V, so we can just stretch a little before because we've been sitting cross-legged for quite a bit. So I'll meet you on the mat in a moment. This is also a great time to take a sip of water if you happen to have one, if you're already on your mat. This just allows us to give our legs a bit of a stretch before we go back into a cross-legged position, and also bring some lovely fluid movement and expression to our body. So we'll stretch our legs out either side and maybe pointing and flexing through the feet, and we'll take some torso rolls to the left, just allowing the body to roll, and allow yourself to experience your own sense of sensuousness as you take the rolls to the left. And then taking the rolls in the other direction, to the right. Really feeling how the points of contact with gravity underneath your hips are really allowing your hamstrings, a very gentle but very kind morning stretch. Just feeling the pleasure of being in connection to the earth, the pelvic floor being in connection to the earth. You are continually rooted to this planet by the points of contact that we're in. And then you might bring your arms out and just allow yourself to just reach into the air around you and just feel as if you're a willow in the wind. And just let yourself experience the movement of your body as you bring just very beautiful, very sensuous movement. As if you are swimming through water, arms moving slowly, feeling yourself, just enjoying the movement. Nice stretch. And as we bring our arms down back to our legs, we'll let the left hand just slide along the left leg, very gentle stretch to the right, just reaching up with the right hand as if you were reaching right above you and you were going to unscrew a light bulb or grab the sun, which is a mango, right above you. And then we'll just lean a little bit further to the left. And you can point your fingertips as if the fingertips were going to just brush the seam between the wall and the ceiling. Just allow yourself to feel the length. Your right hip pressing into the ground as your right arm extends up and over. And then we'll come back, reaching arms out in a T, reaching the chest up, feeling the openness and expansion of the heart space, and then letting the right hand come down onto the right leg, and we'll reach the left arm up. And first we'll just reach up as if we're going to unscrew that light bulb or grab the sun. Reaching up and then bringing the left arm over, pressing the left hip into the ground as the right fingertips could almost brush that seam between the ceiling and the wall. Feeling the pleasure of the expansion of the left side body along the ribs. And then we'll come back to a lovely T. And then you may want support. We're going to come back into a cross-legged position. So you can support yourself under the hips with a block, a bolster, sitting on blankets, or just sitting on a cushion. Or if you don't have support, just take a seat in a way that you can have a nice tall spine. And again, immediately connecting that tip of that tailbone, rooted into the earth, feeling the stem of the spine reaching up as that beautiful lotus flower of light above your head blossoms, reaching towards the sun, our star above us. And take a moment to feel that length. As you inhale, your arms will reach up toward the sun, and your hands will come to prayer, bringing that prayer to your heart. And just here we are, offering just such deep gratitude and love for our bodies, our lives, this incredible physical vessel through which we navigate the world, this incredible instrument of consciousness, all of its sensory intelligence, the pleasure it takes in being in the world and appreciating what it is to hold your beloved, to run through a field of flowers, to ride a bicycle, to swim in the ocean. All of these amazing things that our bodies do and emit and love and embody. It's such a beautiful thing to be in a human body. It's such a gift, an honor, and a privilege. And we offer deep gratitude for that in this moment together. And then we'll inhale, our arms reaching up as if we could grab our star, our sun, and hands come to prayer. Prayer comes to heart, feeling the expansion of space in the heart as we offer sincere love and gratitude for every single sentient being in this great mystery. All other people, all other beings, everybody contributing their own energy, their own brilliance, their own life force, and how each of us make up a part of each other's world, whether it be our families, our communities, who we see and engage with or know, or it's the people who work on the sewer pipeline in our community that we'll never meet, but we see the work they do and it's essential. The people that bake the bread that we eat, the people that maintain the great complex networks of software that allow us to communicate in the way that we can now. Take a moment to appreciate the neighbors you might have but not know so well. They might just be the most sweetest beings on the planet. All the people we know, all the people we don't, offering such gratitude and love for their presence and their being. And then we'll inhale, our arms come overhead again, reaching up, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to the heart. And just letting the heart fill with love and light and joy as we relish the gratitude that we offer for this planet, this incredible planet, this beautiful planet, the mountains, the rivers, the lakes, just the different places, the different continents, the different environments, whether they're jungles or deserts or tundra and Scottish Highlands and the American Southwest, and there's just so much beauty, so much majesty, and so much generosity to live on planet Earth. What a wonderful thing, what a privilege, what an honor to be here. May we always have gratitude, may we always be conscious of her. May our actions always serve her. So we'll let our hands just fall to our side and allow the neck to roll in a circle. And as you're rolling your neck towards the left here, just imagine there was a way that you could show your gratitude for the earth, show your gratitude for each other, showing gratitude toward yourself. And that might be as simple as, let's take some shoulder rolls now, rolling the shoulders back. And then when you're ready, you can roll them in the opposite direction. Just imagine though, just what it would look like. This taking time each day is a way of having gratitude for yourself, for the body that you're in. How can you continue to take time for yourself every day? We're going to press our left hand into the mat and just taking a side bend again, reaching to the left. Feeling that side body, and just very briefly over to the right. And then we'll come to be on all fours in a tabletop position on our mat. You can place the blocks at the top of the mat. That can be quite useful. I'll put mine there so that they're ready. And just allow yourself to let the tailbone curl up, let the heart center curl up, dropping the belly, and then dropping the head, dropping the tail, pulling the belly in and pushing up between the shoulder blades, finding that lovely stretch. And then take, as you inhale, reaching the heart space forward, and exhale, curling it back. Feeling the energy move through the body, inhaling forward, curling it back. On our next inhale forward, just really feeling like you're offering something. And as you exhale back, you're going to bring your hips back, still curling up between the shoulder blades, but your hips are coming back as if you're just about to go into child's pose, and then reaching the arms forward a little bit further along the mat. You're going to bring the hips down as you inhale forward, looking up. And then exhaling back, bring the hips back, curl between the shoulder blades, push up, and then inhaling forward. And just take this as your breath dictates. So follow the line of your inhale, follow the line of your exhale, bringing movement to the hips, bringing movement to the chest, to the shoulders. And as you bring your hips back for the next time, just allow yourself to rest here for a moment in child's pose, pressing the hips back, pushing the hands into the earth, really stretching. And then you might bring both hands to the right side of the mat and just push into that left hip as you stretch along the side body. And then we'll come to the other side, pressing into the right hip as you push your hands towards the left side of the mat. And then we'll come back to center, and we'll tuck the toes and push up into a downward dog. Now, if you're not doing inverted downward dog today, you're going to stand at the wall and press your hands into the wall and bring your hips over the feet so the legs are straight, and then your arms and spine are going to be a L shape to your legs. And then you really feel the rotation of the upper arms as your shoulders rotate outwards, and then pushing into the hips. So you're still feeling the length of the tailbone here. You can really feel almost the spine elongate as you press into your hands. And then everybody is going to make their way to a forward fold at the top of the mat, whether you're inverted downward dog or at the wall, and just allow the weight of the body to rest on the legs. Let's just sigh here. Ah. Ah.
Oh. And notice as you let sound move through the throat, it does bring a sense of relaxation and ease to the body. And let the head nod. Find some movement here that feels good in your forward fold. And then we'll inhale, reaching the spine, crown of the head forward, nice long back neck, lengthening along the back of the legs, lengthening along the back of the neck, really pressing into the crown, really feeling the straightness of that spine. Locks, as I am demonstrating under the hands, can be useful here to really find better length. And then back into your forward fold for a moment. And inhaling, we'll reach up, arms overhead, hands come to prayer. Prayer comes to heart. And we'll let the hands release. We'll take a very simple lunging salutation sequence. So reaching the arms overhead, hands come to prayer. Come into your forward fold. Inhaling, the crown of the head comes forward. Exhaling, you're going to step the right foot back. Right knee comes down. Just take a moment to feel into the front hip here in your low lunge. So your left foot is forward, your right leg is back with the knee on the ground, and your hands are supporting you as you're feeling into the front of your right hip, just taking a little bit of movement. And then pressing into that left foot, pressing into the right shin, reaching up with both hands. So you feel the action of both pressing down and reaching up. Hands will release, frame the front of the foot. You can either step back to a tabletop or all fours, or step back to a plank, and then come down to the ground. Leaving the hands on either side of the chest, you're going to reach the chest forward into a small back bend, and then releasing, pressing back to your downward dog. If you don't want to take downward dog, just go to all fours, tabletop position. And then we'll bring the right foot forward, the left knee will come down. And let's take a moment here, as we did before, just allowing ourselves to drop into the front of that left hip, just exploring the movement there. You're just pushing back and forth, feeling into it. And then as you are ready, you're going to press into the right foot and back left leg, reaching the arms up overhead. Feeling the dual action again of pressing into the ground as you reach into the sky. Bringing the hands on either side of your foot, tucking the back toes, and we'll bring the back leg to the front of the mat, again, letting the body fold over the spine. And then reaching the crown of the head, the spine forward, everything comes up, hands come to heart. And release, and we'll take that one more time, inhaling overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, left foot will go back. Left knee will come down. Inhaling, the arms up. Exhaling, the hands come down. Inhale, back to a plank. Or knees come down to the ground. Inhaling, chest comes forward. Exhaling, come back to your downward dog or just to all fours on a tabletop position. Inhaling the left leg up, placing the left foot between the hands, bringing the right knee down, and reaching to your low lunge. And then hands will frame the foot, back foot will tuck the toes, bringing both feet to the top of the mat into your forward fold. And then just let the
Actually, let's reach the spine forward, the crown of the head forward, feeling that length, coming back to a forward fold. And we'll slowly just curl the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, until we are standing. I always think it is a good thing to take our balance on a Monday morning and really feeling as we move, especially with these new moon energies, into a sort of sense of more manifested action of the heart space, to really be rooted in the planet. So if balance is challenging at all, you're going to use a wall, but we're going to bring our and when I say use the wall, if you're bringing the weight into your left leg, your left hand will be against the wall. So bringing the weight into the left leg, and then you're going to bring your right foot, your right foot up to the inner thigh. And just let it rest there. And your right leg is going to be right out at a little bit of an angle, because if it's out to the side completely, it pushes the pelvis in a different direction. We want the hip points of the pelvis will be pointing forward. And you can have your hands in prayer here and really take a moment to feel that rootedness through the left foot, as if there was a root reaching down through the left foot deep into the earth. And you may extend your arms up, your branches, your tree branches toward the sun, reaching up, really feeling yourself rooted to the planet as we work on our balance here together. Making that offering, connecting to that offering, that dedication you made at the beginning of class, a practice. This is a practice, not a class. Bringing the hands to the heart space, and you can release that. If you use the wall on that side, you're just going to turn the other way and use it on this side. So as you bring your weight into your right leg, your right hand will be against the wall. I'm going to face you to bring my weight into my right leg. Left leg comes up. Foot is on the inside of the left thigh. Hands come to prayer, and really just finding your stability here. Hip points pointing forward. And then we'll reach the arms up. Chest lifts, reaching towards the sun. Reaching and feeling ourselves deeply rooted into the earth. We are expressions of the earth's consciousness, each of us, and each of us deeply rooted, part of the planet. Feeling the joy, feeling your sense of belonging. You are meant to be here. And we'll bring our prayer to our hearts, and then you can just release that as you're ready. And we'll step out to a 5-pointed star. Again, feeling the energy pushing through each foot, pushing through each palm of the hand, reaching the crown of the head up. Just allowing yourself to feel the energy in your being as you reach here. And then we'll bend into each leg, bend into the elbows. This is your goddess position. And then lift the center of the chest, really feeling that your shoulders and hips are in the same line, and connecting here to a sense of receptivity, receiving what it is that you need to receive now in a state of reverence. Letting yourself feel your energy through the legs. And then we'll press back into our 5-pointed star. We'll turn the right foot to parallel the right side of the mat. The left foot will be perpendicular. Legs will remain straight, and we'll just reach out with the left arm, with the left side, keeping both legs straight. And then your hand can either come to your shin or calf. It can rest on a block or come down to the ground if that supports the length
of both sides of the body, feeling the chest rotate up, feeling the inner thighs turning towards each other as if they could kiss. Just allowing yourself to experience your triangle pose here. And then we're going to bring that top arm up and over and frame the back foot. You're going to adjust your back leg so it's at an angle and reaching the crown of the head forward. On your inhale, you're going to just exhale and fold over that front leg. Breathing here as if someone could put a thumb into your left hip and just draw that left hip back. It's just giving greater length along the left leg. You're going to bend into that knee, spin the back foot back to parallel, come back to warrior two briefly, and then press back to your 5-pointed star, and we'll readjust the feet towards the right. Right foot will be perpendicular to the mat, left foot parallel, reaching your arms. And first you're just going to reach to the right. Just reach as far as you can. And when you feel like you've reached as far as you can, your hand will either come to your shin, to a block, or down to the ground. As you reach up, turning the chest up, feeling the length on both sides of the torso, both the left side and the right side. You want a lot of length, the length of your spine. If you're having trouble accessing the length, take support underneath your hand. Just feeling that wonderful sense of openness and expansion emanating and radiating from your heart space. And as you're ready, we'll bring that top arm up and over to frame the front foot, frame the right foot with both hands, and you'll just spin your back heel to a 45-degree, and then adjust by lengthening the spine, reaching the crown of the head forward, really feeling the length of the spine here, and then exhaling, bowing over the right leg. And again, imagine there's a thumb just in the hip crease of your right hip, pulling that right hip back in space. And then reaching the crown of the head forward, bending into the right foot so the right knee is at 90 degrees. Back foot parallel, finding your warrior two, and to a 5-pointed star. We'll place our hands on our hips. Feet will be parallel, and we'll reach our chests forward up into the sky, and then take that length of that spine forward, 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 forward. You may want to place your hands underneath your shoulders as you come down for support into your wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padasana. Allowing yourself to rest here, feeling the back of the legs, the lengthening as your hip points, your sit points press up into the sky. And then we'll press into our hands and just bring our heels and toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels and toes in until we come down to a wide yoga squat. And your feet will be apart, your hands will be in prayer, elbows will be pressing the inside of your knees. If taking a yoga squat is not possible, you can sit on a block like that. If that's not accessible, you can simply sit on the floor with your knees apart, wide and bent, and then bring your hands to prayer position in this way, and that will allow you to access the pose. And just go back to our yoga squat. It's a really great position to feel the tailbone drop, to feel the length of the spine reaching up,
Really allowing yourself to feel the length of the spine. And then we're all actually going to come right down to the ground and spin so that we're facing the narrow edge of the mat. And then we'll just rest back onto our hip bones and take an Navasana, a boat pose. So your shins are parallel. You can hold the back of your thighs. You can offer your boat if you want to straighten your legs. I don't think I'm there this morning, but this is just a really good core work for our moment. And then slowly we're going to come back into a low boat, letting everything eventually come down to the mat. And then we'll bring our feet to parallel, about hip width. Knees will point upwards. And we will take 3 rolling bridges. So we're going to press into our feet and roll the tailbone away from the floor as each vertebrae lifts, pushing your hips up towards the ceiling, letting the weight settle into the shoulder girdle, and then releasing, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae with real intention. So come down really slowly and roll through each vertebrae until the tailbone is down. And we'll take another rolling bridge, rolling the tailbone up, vertebrae by vertebrae, pushing through the feet, pushing the hips towards the ceiling, letting the chest and chin meet. And then as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae coming down, just allowing there to be great awareness in your spine, in your internal space. And then we'll take one more rolling bridge, rolling the cheese, rolling the tailbone up, rolling the hips up, rolling into your shoulder girdle. And if you would like on this last one to clasp your hands underneath, pressing your hips further towards the ceiling, rolling the outer shoulders underneath you. Just feel that extra stretch. And then release, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae as you come back to the mat. And relaxing here for a moment, letting the knees drop open. You may bring a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly, keeping the eyes closed. And then we'll press into bring our feet back to parallel, pressing into both feet as the knees point upwards. And we'll inhale, raising the right leg up and straight. And take a moment just to point that heel up to the sky, even taking the hands behind the thigh and just allowing yourself to feel the length along the back of your right leg. And then we'll bend into that leg. The right ankle will come to the left knee and just draw that in towards you. Drawing and feeling this stretch in your hip here. As you draw the left knee in, your right elbow will press against your right knee. So as you're drawing the left knee in, you're pushing the right knee out. And then you'll let everything come back to the ground. And as it is in a figure 4, you're just going to let everything fall over to the left. And so your right knee will be still pointing up, and you're going to take your left hand and press that against your right knee as you gaze out over the right arm. Breathing. How is the tension in your jaw? How is the tension in your shoulders? We'll bring the whole setup back to neutral, placing both feet on the floor, realigning the hips, and then raising the left leg towards the ceiling, really pushing into that heel,
And holding your hands behind the left thigh. Just take a moment to stretch the back of that leg. And then bringing the left ankle to the right knee. We will draw the right knee in. You can hold behind the right thigh as your left elbow presses into the left thigh, pushing it away as your hands draw the right knee in. Feeling the stretch in the hip. And then you can let that go. Keep everything as it is in a figure four and just let the legs fall to the right. The left knee will still be pointing up. You will take your right hand and press that into the left knee as you look out over your left arm. Feeling the twist through the body. Letting yourself relax into the twist, allowing gravity to assist you. And then you'll release that, bringing everything back up, placing both feet on the floor, realigning the spine to neutral, and then you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. You can either take the hands to the edges of the feet for happy baby, or if you want to take them into a wide straddle here, really letting the full length of the spine be on the ground, or just in happy baby, you can roll from side to side. Feeling the stretch, feeling gravity assist you in the stretch, giving thanks and gratitude for the gravity of this planet that keeps us so grounded when things are destabilizing. Curling the forehead in towards the knees, and then extending your right leg along the mat, extending your left leg along the mat, letting the feet roll out. Arms are at the side, palms facing up, and resting. A few moments in Shavasana. Take your rest. Do not engage with anything. Let go. Breathing deeply, allowing a sense of anticipation of movement to enter. Feeling the fingertips, feeling the toes. And very slowly, with your eyes closed, you will bring yourself to one side and back up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes soft or closed, we'll connect again to the heart space. As you find the length of your spine here, the chin will point down toward the chest, feeling the length along the back of the neck, feeling the energy of the hands, of the heart. How do we put into action our relationship with ourselves, with each other, and with the earth? And what is your intention for how you want to have relationship with yourself, with the people around you,
and with this planet. And let's all bring a beautiful devotion and love to those relationships. Filling the heart space with an inhale. Exhaling, we will inhale to Om together. Inhaling. Bringing the prayer to the third eye, we bow to each other. Thank you so much for sharing this practice today. Thank you for bringing your beautiful selves. As we work with the energies of this moment in our history, how can we manifest and bring into being the love in our action? That is the thought we're gonna end today on. But I appreciate you all so much, and thank you for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day.